So we have seen how factorial function is called across different activations, and how stack memory is different from static memory. And I was explaining you static variable. So let me start executing this code again. This is visible, Python tutor.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. A simple factorial code. I have declared two variables in main. N is hard coded to 3. F, where I'm going to store factorial. This is the function call for factorial function. Here I'm displaying value of a factorial. Now just to show you how static variables are stored, I created one static variable temp which is initialized to 0. I'm incrementing it in the same function and displaying its value. And this is the code for factorial function. If value of a is 0, return 1, factorial is 1. If this is 1, return 1. For any other number, factorial is, this is a recursive call to the factorial function, the number into factorial of n minus 1, or sorry, a minus 1. So initially, value of n is, it will be 3 and f. So variable, here there are only two variables, n and f, because you are in function main. Scope is only for these two variables, n and f, memory is allocated. Then it will assign n is equal to 3. So here you can see value of n is stored 3, it's an integer variable, and here you can see it's a stack memory. Memory is stacked because runtime program is at execution, and at execution variables are getting their values. So this is runtime memory but stack allocation. Now from main you called function factorial. So memory is allocated for factorial function. Again in factorial function we are using two variables, small a and temp. So here you can see a is integer variable. Here in very small font int is written, and temp in square bracket it is written static, because memory allocated for temporary variable is static memory. It is not stack or heap. So it is initialized with 0. Now next line is temp plus 1, so it will get incremented by 1. Your value is 1. So we'll print that value. Temp is 1. Now value of a, what is value of a? That is n, which is 3. A is 3. It is not 0, not 1. So it will call factorial again for 3 minus 1, that is 2. So you can see there is one more activation of factorial function. Again factorial function is called. It has a static value. Note that the value of temp is preserved. It is not 0, it is 1. And a, value of a is 2, because we call this function with 3 minus 1, which is 2. And now it is incrementing 1 plus 1, that is 2. It has not allocated temp is equal to 0. Can you see this? Here also temp is 2, and here also temp is 2. But here value of a is 3, value of a is 2. Again 2 is not equal to 0, not equal to 1, so it will call factorial again for 2 minus 1, that is 1. So memory is allocated for fact function. A, value of a will be 1 and temp is 2. This value is preserved. It will not initialize temp to 0 again. It will take value of temp as 2 and then increment it. Now it is 3, and you can see it is changed across all activations. And now value of a is 1, so it will match with this and it will return 1. But where this 1 is written, it will not return 1 to main function, it will return 1 to the calling function. Calling function is fact of 2, so this value will be fact of 2, 2 into 1. Then this value will be written for f into 3 minus 1, that is 2. So 3 into 2 is 6, and you can see result is 6. and temp is 2, 1, 2, 3, and factorial is 6. See your output, factorial is 6. Did you understand how static memory is allocated to a variable? Static will preserve the value till all program executions. Whenever you return from the function, memory allocated to stack will be released, but memory allocated for static will be preserved till program ends. So that is the static memory. So what is lifetime of temp? What is the difference between lifetime of variable a and temp in function factorial? Memory is allocated to a whenever it enters into the function, and that is deallocated when you leave from that function. Okay, so lifetime of a is only in that function, and scope is also in this function, but lifetime of temp is till program ends. Whenever you return from this main function, then memory allocated to temp will be released, and scope is within this function. I cannot write temp in main. I'm not able to access variable temp in main because it is defined in factorial, but its lifetime is throughout the program execution, not bounded to that particular function. We understood the meaning of static variable. It is similar to class variables in Java. In Java also we use static variables and methods. But in C language, C, C++, Pascal, it has the wide scope. Any queries about static variable? Okay. Then we have seen yesterday, we talked about arrays and array bound. We have seen how this formula we can use to calculate location, memory location of particular array element. There are two types of layouts, row measure and column measure for two-dimensional array. And we was discussing about static. Array layout in C is done statically at compile time. Storage allocation is done upon procedure call. So if array resides in a function or procedure, whenever you call that procedure, then only memory is allocated. It is done statically. However, the keyword static appears before variable declaration. So there is a difference between static variable and non-static variable that we discussed right now. Separating layout from allocation. The keyword static identifies buffer as a static array. So storage is allocated at compile time and its element retain their values across call of produce. Produce is name of function. As you have seen in this example, temp variable retain its value throughout function calls, various function calls. Storage of array temp is allocated afresh each time control enters to the procedure produce. It was similar to variable a. Whenever you call the factorial, new memory will be allocated to variable a. But for temp, it will refer to the same memory location. The elements of array temp lose their values between procedure calls because they can have different locations in different calls. Pascal does not allow static array. Static arrays are possible in C, C++. Java also supports static arrays. Static and dynamic array bound. So we have seen there are three types of memory can be allocated to array. One is static, which is known at compile time. You should know the type of each element of the array as well as values at compile time. When you declare and define array at the same time, it is called static evaluation. You know the bounds, minimum and maximum number of elements at compilation time. Evaluation upon procedure call. Whenever you call the function, then memory is allocated to array. So that is upon procedure entry. And dynamic evaluation, you just define an array variable, number of elements will be decided at runtime. User will enter number of students, number of employees, and then memory is allocated accordingly. That is called dynamic evaluation. Now let's move ahead to user-defined types, structured data types or data structure. So data structure is data object that contains other data object as its elements. Data object is termed as aggregate of other data objects in a data is a data structure or structured data type. And there are three important aspects as we have seen in case of primitive data types also and arrays. Uh, these are specifications, how to specify that particular data structure, operations you can perform with that particular data structure, and how storage allocation and it is every element from that data structure is added into the main memory, how it is stored into main memory, that is storage representation. So in any data structure, you should able to explain with these 3 points: specification, operation, and storage. Any queries?
No, ma'am.
So what is expected in specification? Specification should include number of components. For example, if I define integer a of 10, so number of components are 10. If I define some class has roll number, class student with roll number, name, and percentage. So number of components are 3. So number of components is an attribute. Second attribute, type of each component. In case of array, type of each component is similar or homogeneous. In case of structure or record or class, type of each element can be different. Component selection criteria, how to access a particular element from that data structure. If I want to access nth element, so in case of single dimensional array, I can use a of n. For two dimensional array, I need two indices, n comma m or m comma n. In case of structure or class, I have to use dot operator. I want to access roll number of particular student. So the variable name or object name dot that element or component. So what is how to select a component, that is component selection criteria. Maximum number of components. So what are the maximum number of components? What is the difference between number of components and maximum number of components? In some cases we can have variable size array. Maximum size is 10, but you can store 1 element, 2 element, 3 element. Maximum size is 10. So number of current existing components and number of maximum components that you can store. That is maximum number of components. And organization of components, how these components are stored. Are they stored sequentially in row major format, column major format, one after another? So organization, how they are stored in main memory. Operations, how to select a component selection, then how to add or delete particular component. Creation and destruction of data structure. Storage representation, storage for component of it. Then descriptor. Descriptor, what is descriptor? Descriptor is information of that particular data structure. In case of array, we have seen name of the array, type of each element, size of each element, maximum index and minimum index. That is lower bound and upper bound. The information about that particular data structure is called descriptor. It is also called metadata, data for an data. So descriptor that stores attributes of data structure, which is optional depending upon the particular language or machine. If it is required, then descriptor is stored before actual elements. And two types of representation, it can be sequential or it can be linked list type. Every element is stored at different location, but the address of next component is stored with or maintained by the first component. So that is linked representation. Now this is general. We are not talking about any specific data structure. For any type of data structure, you should able to explain with the help of specification, operation, and storage representation. Heterogeneous data structure is called record or structure. In Pascal, there is a keyword called record. In C, C++, we have the keyword called structure. So let me explain you a small code with a structure first. I know you have not studied structures in C language, right? You studied structure in C language. It is similar to class, but class has data and methods clubbed together. Structure is class without functions. You can create user defined data type. Structure is called user defined data type. Just creating this code. Edit now. So to create a structure in C language, we have to use struct keywords. Struct, say the name is student, and I want two variables, roll number and name. Name is character array of size, say 10. This is a structure. And I have to give semicolon. Means I have created a user defined data type, student. And in main, I can create a object or variable of type student. So here I can use type date. Student S1 and say S1 dot roll number is equal to 10. S1 dot name. Some name. Roll number. S1 dot roll number and S1 dot name. I think it should work.
Ma'am, there should be percent %C.
Percent C or percent S. I'm using structure after long time. Just bear with me. instead of character array, I'll take float here, because in C language we didn't have string data type. So I have to take a for loop to assign a string. So instead of that, what I want to look here is struct is a keyword. I'm creating a heterogeneous data type student. It has roll number and percentage. This is the means I'm creating a structure. And when we create student S1, it is like an object or variable name. Like when we create int roll number is of type integer. Similarly, S1 is of type student. So when S1 is created, it will allocate memory for roll number, which is of type integer, and percentage, which is of type float. And we'll assign some values to these variables. S1 is 10, percentage is 76.5. And I can access these values with dot, and we can print it. So this is how we can create a data structure. I can create more than one data structures. I can create array of students, say 2. I want 2 students. Then for 0th student, this is roll number and this is the percentage. See where I am putting this 0. It is like any other array, A of 0, A of 1. So at 0th position, we have roll number and percentage. At first position, S of 1, S1 of 1, there can be information of another student. Roll number is equal to say 20, and S1 of 1 dot percentage is equal to say 87 point something. So if I want to print it, here also I need to use indices. Or I can use a for loop for number of students, and there I can accept values from user, assign it to this structure, or I can use this for displaying values. So can you see here S1? S1 is now an array. So at 0th location, your memory is allocated for roll number and percentage. For first location, memory is allocated for roll number and percentage. I can access this roll number by S1 of 1 dot roll number. I can access this percentage by S1 of 0 percentage. This is the way you can define a structure, and memory is allocated. Again, it is a stack memory, and you can see the values or the result which is displayed here. This is just an overview. It is similar to class without any functions. It's like a class, we can create a structure with heterogeneous data type. It can have the integer, character, float, arrays. It can have another structure as a part of a structure or as a component of a structure also. So what about specifications? By knowing this, you should be able to see the record is a data structure composed of fixed number of components of different type. Number of components are fixed at compile time, but type is different. Component of record may be heterogeneous. Means components can be heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means of different types. Not like an array that each component is of similar type. Component of record named with symbolic names rather than integer index. In case of array, when you access an element of array, you require integer index, A of I, A of ij. So value of I or value of j should be integer. But to access components of a structure, you are going to use symbolic names that like student.name, student.roll number, student.percentage. So this is what symbolic names, then integer index. What are the attributes of structure? Number of components, then data type of each component, and selector used to name each component. Similar to this, the storage represent consists of single sequential block of memory. If we have employee record, struct employee, integer ID, age, salary, and department. So memory is allocated sequentially for ID, then age, then salary, and then department. How many bytes will be allocated for this one employee? Assume that it is a C structure. You know, memory allocated for integer is 2 bytes, float is 4 bytes, and character is 1 byte. Total memory allocated for one employee.
Eighteen.
2 plus 4, 2 plus 2 plus 4, that is 8, and
18, ma'am, yes.
Yes, it requires 18 bytes of memory for one employee sequentially. Structures are called records in Pascal. That is, the representation of object may involve variables of different types. Here, index term represented as sequence of characters together with the length of sequence. Record allows variable relevant to an object to be grouped together and treated as a unit. You can define separate variables for integer, age, salary, and department. You can have these 4 variables separately. But as an entity, as an employee, whenever I say employee, I am going to use these 4 variables. So that's why we need structure or record. Record allows variable relevant to an object to be grouped together or treated as a unit. This is the syntax of record in Pascal, name and type. For example, here in case of employee ID colon integer, what was those? Age colon integer, salary colon float or real, like this. So name is the name field and type is type of that field I. Here the record is of type complex. We have created complex class, so you can relate it. Type complex equal to record. So this is the syntax of Pascal. In C language, syntax is struct keyword, struct and name of the structure. RE is a variable, real. This is data type. IN, a real and imaginary. Imaginary, that is IN is variable and real is data type, and N. So this is where how you have defined a structure or record complex. Declaration of the fields with the same type can be combined as follows. You can write these 2 data types on same line. Here, instead of writing int ID colon int age colon, we have combined it on a single line, integer ID comma age. Similarly here, you can write on 2 different lines, or you can club it on a same line, real comma imaginary colon real. The record type complex is simply a template. So whenever you define this is just a template. Memory is not allocated for this definition or for this definition. Memory is allocated when you create, for example here, in our example, memory is not allocated for this structure definition. It is like a template or blueprint, how that structure should be. Whenever you create object of that type or variable of that type structure, then memory is allocated. Memory is allocated for S1. Memory is not allocated for student. Whenever you create a new object or variable of type structure student, then memory will be allocated. So the record type complex is simply a template for 2 fields called real and imaginary. Storage is allocated when the template is applied in a variable declaration, not when template is described. When you write the template, memory is not allocated. Once a record is declared, it can be used in a variable declaration, as in you can define x, y, z as complex. So for x, memory is allocated for real and imaginary. For y dot real and imaginary, z dot real and imaginary. So x, y, z, these 3 variables are of type complex. Complex is user-defined data type similar to int, char, float, or real. Here, when we create employee emp e1, then memory is allocated for employee. Or in case of student, when we have used struct student s1, then memory is allocated for name and roll number and percentage. X, Y, Z has storage associated with them. The layout of storage is determined by type complex. How much memory should be allocated for X, Y, Z is decided by this complex. How many variables are components are there in complex? What are the type of each variable? What is the size of each variable? In complex decides how much memory should be allocated to X, Y, and Z. What are the operations that you can perform on records? If a expression E denotes the record with a field name F, then field itself is denoted by E dot F. E is your record or structure like student S1 or employee E1, and F is field like roll number and percentage, S1 dot roll number, S1 dot percentage. You can use it in arithmetic expressions like this. E dot F has both location and a value in it. Pascal allows record assignments, that is all of the field in a record can be assigned component wise. You can create two objects of type student and you can assign one object to another object. For example, in this case, we have created two records, S1 of 0 and S1 of 1. But C language doesn't allow, we cannot say here S1 is equal to S2. If I comment this and if I'll say S1 of 1 is equal to S1 of 0. Actually it should assign roll number of S1 of 0 to roll number of S1 of 1, but it will not because C doesn't allow structure assignment. Here it will show you an error, but it is possible in Pascal. Oh, this is an array, so it is possible. It is an array, so it is possible. Instead of that, if I created two different variables, S1 comma S2, instead of creating an array, if it is S1 dot roll number and S1 dot percentage, and I want S2 is another structure, should get all the values of S1. So there is an error, sorry. It is syntactically correct, but let's check whether it is working or not. It has created two structures. Each has roll number and percentage. S1 and S2 memory is allocated. Oh, it has assigned the values. You can assign, assignment operation can work on a structure objects in C also. So Pascal as well as C allows record assignment, that is all the fields in a record can be assigned component wise as it is. The assignment sets X of real to Y of real, X of imaginary to Y of imaginary. In our case, it has assigned S1 dot roll number to S2 dot roll number and S1 dot percentage to S2 dot percentage. So to compare arrays and records, font is very small. The array element selected by A of I and can change at the runtime depending upon value of I. But the record field E dot F is fixed at compile time. Thus, there is more flexibility in selecting array elements than record fields. Fields of records can have different types, but array elements must have same type. So there is more flexibility in choosing field types than array element. So to compare arrays and records, component type here in arrays it is homogeneous, means all components should be of same type. In records it is heterogeneous, type of each component can be different. Component selection, in arrays it is you can have expression evaluated at runtime a of, and there can be an expression value of I can be decided at runtime. You can ask user enter which element you want to access, which position element you want to access. You can get that value and you can access the element from the array at runtime. But you cannot access elements of record at runtime because the record elements are accessed using the names, and names are fixed at compile time. Arrays is homogeneous collection of elements, that is all elements have same type. A of, I think, it is similar, okay. So the type of A of I is known at compilation time, even though the actual element is denoted by A of I depends on the value of I at runtime. A record is heterogeneous collection of elements. Each element can have different type. Record components are selected by names that are known at compile time. So the type of selected component is also known at compile time. The name F is an expression E dot F uniquely determines a field. So type of E dot F is the type of the field named, it should be named F. Don't get confused, it is similar to whenever you say I want to access an element of a structure. So element of a structures are fixed, name, roll number, name, percentage, or employee ID, age, salary, etc. So which element you want to access percentage. So S1 dot percentage, and percentage you know its type is float. So the type component is also known at compilation time and its type is also known. So you can calculate memory requirement at compile time. That's it. So layout, as we have seen, layout means how memory is allocated to components of array. Similarly, layout and component selection. The layout of both arrays and record is determined at compilation time. The difference between them is actual array elements are selected at runtime while record elements are selected at compile time. Again, these lines are repeating because you should know that actual difference between arrays and records clearly. Array is homogeneous collection of each element occupies same amount of space. That's why we can directly write a function or write an expression to calculate position of each array element, because every element requires similar space. Width, I base plus I into W. So I is index and W is width of each component or size of each component, which is same. But this is not the case with the structure. The size or type of each component will be different. So if element occupies W location, then the storage of A of 2 begins from W locations. After for A of 1. The space of A of 3 begins 2 into W locations after A of 1, and so on. So you know the starting location, that is base address, and you know the index. So now by base address plus size of that component into the current location, you will find out the actual location or memory location of that particular component in case of array. Record is heterogeneous collection, so each field can have different type and occupy a different amount of space. Field selection is known at compile time, so the space for a field can be anywhere. It need not to be next to the space for other fields in the same record. Allocation and deallocation is easier if space of the field is contiguous. So you can implement records with linear spacing, means contiguously you can store one after another. If I have S1, then S1 dot roll number, S1 dot percentage. Then immediately S2 dot roll number, S2 dot percentage. So you can store contiguously. or you can store at different locations with a linked list. Next topic is unions and variant records. It is again a different version of record. It is again a user-defined data type similar to class or record, but it is known as variant records in Pascal and unions in C. Note that these are two different names for the same data structure. In C language, we call it as union, and in Pascal it is called variant records. Like record is a keyword for Pascal, and struct is a keyword, or structure is a keyword for C language. So union is a special case of variant record with empty common part. Variant record, a part common to all records of that type, and variant part. So meaning here is, in case of record, if you have seen here, total memory allocated for employee is 18 bytes. 2 bytes for ID, 2 bytes for age, 4 bytes for salary, and 10 bytes for this department. So 10 plus 4, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. But if you want to write an union, which can use either this or this, you didn't want to allocate all 18 byte memory. You are going to use either salary or department at a time, not both the fields at a time. So you want either maximum 4 bytes or 10 bytes. So in case of union, what union will allocate only 10 bytes. Maximum is 10 bytes. And depending upon which variable you are choosing, on those 10 bytes, it can store integer, integer float, or only the character. So either these three fields or this field. Let me explain you. As the name says, variant records, it is a variant or variation to the record. It has fixed part and variant part. Variant fixed part memory is allocated for sure. Variant part is depending upon its use, whether it is allocated or it will not get allocated. And there is one field called tag field, a layout for variant records for nodes with 0, 1, or 2 children. So if it's a tree structure, if it doesn't have any children, then variant part is empty. If it has one child, first part is allocated. If it has left child as well as right child, then this memory gets allocated. So layout of variant record, fixed part, then tag field, and variant part. Variant records compromise type safety. Compromise means it doesn't follow type safety. Wait a minute. So here you can see C union is also like a structure, that is a collection of different data types which are grouped together. Each element of a union is called member. Union and a structure in C are same in concept except allocating memory for their members. Structure allocates storage space for all its members separately, as we have seen, employee ID, age, salary, name. Whereas union allocates one common storage space for all members. We can access only one member of a union at a time. We can't access all member values at the same time in union, but structure can access all member values at the same time. This is because union allocates one common storage space for all its members, whereas structure allocates storage space for all its members. So structure union is like this. Again, I want to give you an example. Instead of struct, here we are using a keyword union. Sorry, I have to go to edit mode. Union student. can you see here value of roll number is changed? It was 10 and percentage was 76.5. And here I have saved 76.5, so this value is changed. So either you can store roll number or percentage, not both at a time. It will allocate maximum 4 bytes instead of 4 plus 2, 6 bytes for union. So here, let me store S1 dot roll number and S2 dot percentage. That is the only difference. Union allocate just 4 bytes, whatever the maximum value in that particular members. Suppose this is int, this is float. If I define one more variable, char, name with array. Now maximum memory allocated will be 10 bytes. Instead of 10 plus 4 plus 2, 16 bytes. So can you see your memory is not allocated for roll number and percentage, memory is allocated for name. So as we are storing only integer 10, so for S1 it has allocated memory for roll number, and for S2 it has allocated memory for percentage. So that's why it is said that on our slide it has said that it compromises type safety, because we have defined type integer, float, and we are storing it in character array. Memory is allocated for character array. That's why it is called compromising safety. You can see what is the difference between structure and union. It is syntactically same. Keyword is union, their keyword is struct. This is how you can create union and display record. In the next data type is set. Set is not available as a data type in C language. It is available in Pascal and Python. Python, we are going to learn sets, which is similar to list, dictionary. It's a sequence, list, dictionary, or tuples. So what are the sets? Sets values in Pascal, all elements must be same simple type. Simple type means you cannot create sets of, you can create array of structures, like we have created array of S1 structures. You can create array of unions, but you can not create set of structures or set of unions. Set elements must be of simple or built-in data type, like you can create set of integers, set of characters, set of strings. Type of set represents subset of S. Set of 1 dot 3. So it has all the compositions of 1 and 3. It can have 1, comma 2. It can be an empty set for 1, 2, 3, 1, comma 2, 1, comma 3, 2, comma 3, and 1, 2, 3. So this is the syntax in Pascal. Variable name, where is a keyword, A is variable name, colon, set of is data type, 1 dot 3. Means it should include 1 up to 3 values. It is like range in Python, 1 comma 3. But here 3 is included. Set of n elements implements as a bit vector of length n. The basic operation A is 1 is a member of this set, 2 is member of this set, 3 is member, 4 is member. Member of is one of the operation. Then you know all set operations like union, intersection. Then what can be other operations? Union, intersection, and A minus B, B minus A.
Complement.
Yes, complement of that set. So all those operations can be possible on set data type, variables which are defined as set data type. So till this slide, there will be a portion for T1. What is left from first part is pointers and 2 string table that we'll see after T1. And I will make these PPTs visible to you, and I'll load video recordings on our Moodle page. Password is